Yesterday, I revealed something that has rewritten everything we thought we knew about ancient technology. The year is 1901, and a group of treasure hunters are scouring the seabed off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera, searching for nothing in particular. They just hoping to stumble upon some submerged ruins to plunder, when suddenly one of the divers spots what looks like a lump of corroded bronze sticking out from the sandy bottom. It doesn't look like anything special, but on a whim, he drops it into his collection bag and brings it up to the surface. For several decades after its discovery, the lump of corroded metal known as the Antikythera Mechanism sat forgotten in a museum storage room. It wasn't until the 1950s that scientists began to realize that their forgotten artifact was not just important, it was completely impossible. To answer that question, we have to understand how it works. Or, what's the current phase of Venus? In response, a series of pointers would move around the edge of the device, showing you the answers to your questions. There's just so much this thing can do that we're still discovering new functions to this day. And that's because this isn't just a piece of ancient technology. It's a mystery that's defied experts ever since it was discovered. After being underwater for nearly 2 millennia, it's corroded and missing parts. Scientists can't even agree on what the whole thing looked like in its heyday. And that makes it hard to figure out what it did. And don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with any technical details or give you a lecture on differential equations. All these gears were designed to work together and turn in perfect harmony. Just like gears today, they needed to be created with incredible skill and ingenuity. It required an intimate knowledge of astronomy and the ability to construct incredibly precise gears. The only math you'll need for this is basic arithmetic, and that's only because we're taking shortcuts to keep things simple, but because it defies our understanding of how ancient technology developed. This view was supported by the fact that simple technology like the wheel didn't appear again in Europe until the Middle Ages. Not only was it impossible for something so advanced to exist in the ancient world, but it suggested that there was no clear break between primitive and advanced technology. That means that instead of inventing the computer in the 18th century, humans actually invented it around 100 BC. You see, before the Antikythera mechanism was discovered, most experts believed that complex machines like computers and iPhones hadn't evolved until the Industrial Revolution of the 18th century. It's very possible that even more advanced technologies existed back then that we just haven't discovered yet. Some believe that it was created by a member of the Ptolemaic royal family, which ruled Egypt from 305 BC to 30 BC. And with each new discovery, we learn more and more about the lost civilizations of the past. As we bring this episode to a close, I want to remind you that there's so much more to discover here on this channel. We've got plenty more content on ancient Greek inventions, as well as episodes on everything from the Bermuda Triangle to the search for Bigfoot. But until then, we gonna have to settle for the knowledge that the ancient Greeks were far more advanced than we ever imagined. If the Greeks had computers in 100 BC, what else were they capable of that we've completely forgotten? It's free, and with every click we get one step closer to hitting our goal of 1 million subscribers. This incredible artifact has rewritten our understanding of technological history and continues to baffle scientists today. Others argue that it was created by an independent inventor who simply sold his creation to the royal court. Get ready to journey to the heart of the Maya civilization and explore their lost technologies. From their mysterious pyramids to their advanced astronomical knowledge, the Maya people left behind a legacy that continues to fascinate us today. And so we left scratching our heads trying to decipher what the device's various dials and displays mean. Click that button and join our awesome community of history and mystery lovers. Be sure to check out our next short and continue to expand your knowledge and understanding of the ancient world. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through time. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious. In other words, it's basically an ancient Greek iPhone that can tell you all kinds of cool stuff about the cosmos. Until next time, stay curious and keep asking questions. Who knows? You might just change the course of history. That it's covered in volcanic ash and that there's no way to know how to use it or what it was designed to do. And we know that it's the oldest known gear-driven mechanical device in the world. That's the kind of challenge that scientists have been grappling with, and yet they have made remarkable progress. And it does all this thanks to those incredibly precise gears. So what makes the Antikythera mechanism such an astonishing artifact? The first thing you need to know about the Antikythera mechanism is that it has gears. We're talking about real, actual gears, just like the ones that are inside your phone or the Xbox controller you probably have in your hand right now. This is crazy because gears aren't easy to make. You can't just slap two pieces of metal together and hope they mesh. Every gear in the mechanism was individually machined by hand with such precision that each one fits perfectly into the next. And get this, there are at least 30 individual parts to the mechanism, including wheels, pinions, and a main shaft. When researchers started to investigate the device, they realized it was a calendar computer used for astronomical calculations. By turning a series of dials and wheels on the front, you could ask the device all kinds of questions like, hey, when is the next full moon? But that's not all. The Antikythera mechanism could also predict eclipses and even show you how long each of the Olympic Games would last for years into the future. This is where things get weird. We don't know exactly what every part of the Antikythera mechanism was used for. One reason is that it's in really bad shape. There's also the fact that the ancient Greeks didn't leave us any instruction manuals. It's like finding an iPhone 14 Pro Max buried in the ruins of Pompeii and then realizing that half of it is missing. We know, for example, that the Antikythera mechanism was created sometime between 100 BC and 70 BC. We also know that it was likely crafted by a single individual, though historians debate who that might have been. But regardless of who made it, we know that the Antikythera mechanism was an extraordinary feat of engineering and mathematics. And that's where things get really weird. You see, the Antikythera mechanism is challenging not just because it's an enigma. What makes the Antikythera mechanism so truly amazing is that it pushes back the timeline of advanced technology by thousands of years. In other words, they believe that there was a massive gap between advanced technology like modern computers and the most sophisticated devices of the ancient world like the Antikythera mechanism. But once researchers began to analyze the Antikythera mechanism, they realized that this timeline was completely wrong. Instead, it seemed that the evolution of technology was a gradual process that took place over many centuries. And that's just one of the many secrets the ancient world holds. And that raises the question, what other secrets might the ancient world be hiding? That's a great question, and one that I hope we get closer to answering in our lifetime. They didn't just invent the first computer, they invented dozens of them. And I for one can't wait to see what we find next. If you love learning about ancient technology and unsolved mysteries, then I invite you to check out some of our other videos. And hey, if you haven't already subscribed, now's the time to do it. So what are you waiting for? Thanks for watching. Today we dove deep into the fascinating world of ancient Greek technology with the discovery of the Antikythera mechanism. As we wrap up this episode, I want to share with you a sneak peek into our next short. So don't miss out.